got it done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
44's the mark, 44's the mark. General West. Come on, let's go. Check one. Score.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Well, not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And it'll be Titan football. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Check 3. Watch the eye. Check 9. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
Check the backer.
A 1st down carry for Henry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. On fourth down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Mariota. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dwayne Smoot in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Set, ready? 60 or. 54. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Watch twist. Greystone, travel. Shit. Hey, wahoo.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
All right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Here we go. Shoot. Kill.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the 2nd quarter. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
Go. Check. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. 9-9, screen out.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden.
And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mariota now. And he can't get away. Mariota goes down, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Get ready. Check. Crunch. Hey, alert 3. Go.
They run with Hunt. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's first and 10.
Here we go, D. Check three, check three, check three. Hatchet, hatchet.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Right there, 54. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. It's going to be a long day. Pilot, 64, weak, snap.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, set, 10 Lobo. Rap, 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 rap. Mike 54. Mike 50.
Out of the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On second down, it's Henry. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. It's complete to Brown, right side. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
13 yards on the play. That's good for Titans. First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So a little breathing room now. First and 10 at the 17. Mariota on the delay to Henry. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showing some tough running there. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
At the 17-yard line.
And And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Mariota. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Here's Brett Kern now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone.
Let's go,
Jaguars take
let's
over
go.
first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Check 55 to Mike. There we go.
Now Foles. Being chased out left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Hey, Charlie. Watch the Charlie. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 55.
Second and 14. The Conley's got it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
I can't believe they even let you play. Now. Motion. Check. Shift. 55's Mike, guys. 55. All day, just like that. Ready?
Back to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Harold Landry, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by Lambeau is good. And the lead extends. It's 15-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half here, Mariota. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught at the 20. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll throw again. Mariota. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Josh Allen in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Mariota. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And now Mariota and the Titan offense, they're going to line up to go for 2. Mariota. And it'll be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Squeeze. Check out, read. Check. Hustle. Check 52.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We don't want this. Next 3. 218, chop it. Get it.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 42-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Man, I got you. Check 37.
This is Hunt. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. To throw, Mariota. And right side hitter's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. On first down, it's Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with now his second touchdown of this third quarter, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
And now Mariota and the Titan offense, they're going to line up to go for 2. Throwing is Mariota. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Jaguar first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Get wide. Check. Rock it. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. Check it out.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to launch this thing way down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jaguars' 28-yard line.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Slam, slam, slam. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Check safety, check safety.
They'll let the fullback try and pick it up. This is Anthony Sherman. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Bang, 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 bang.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Let's go.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting them a few yards.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down and goal.
Let's get it.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Kick is indeed good, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even, yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock, or...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
At the 38-yard line.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Tennessee, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.